American dream is bigger than it's supposed to be. Listen up. This is for the all-nighters and the way too early bus riders. The ones paying homage to the past by hustling like there's no tomorrow. Los hijos de inmigrantes who become the bridge between la luna y el sol. This is where you shatter stereotypes and glass ceilings, where you honor abuelita's name and your parents' struggle. How their hearts smile at the sight of your success. You, the link that breaks generational chains. You, their heirloom, their legacy in motion. Confirmation que todo tendrá prosperidad. A promise to be more, hacer more, vivir more. So when they ask you where you're going, tell them in a voice that echoes back across borders and oceans that you will go as far as you choose to.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I love that spoken word piece by Melania Luisa Martes. Y'all give her some snaps for that and send her some love and energy wherever she is in this world. And I love that video. I just started talking. My name is Natasha Carrizosa. You can call me Natty. I am your host. I want to welcome you to the McDonald's Hacer Education Workshops. I'm so glad you're here. I've been looking at this chat and I wanted to tell y'all, engage with us in the chat, but y'all already started. Shout out to Arizona, California, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Thank you for being here, educators. This time is about you. This is your time. What are we going to do, Natty? Well, we're hopefully, successfully, we will equip you educators with some resources to support you and guide you with your students on their journey to higher education. I implore you to take pictures. There's going to be some screenshots that are going to pass by that's too fast. So use this. There are going to be prize giveaways. You heard me. Prize giveaways. You see, there's a QR code at the bottom of your screen. Hold on, let me tell you let me tell you what you're entering first. There are going to be 50 $25 McDonald's Arch cards, 50 of them, $25. I'm loving it. Do you know how many meals you can buy at McDonald's? You can buy yourself breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You deserve it. You deserve it for everything you do, educators. Also, two lucky grand prize winners are going to win a $500 Walmart gift card. Do you know how many dry erase markers, reams of paper, staples, paper clips, backpacks you can buy with that $500? Oh, and as if that wasn't enough, those grand prize winners, you won't get this one. You won't get this one. This is my special swag bag, but you will get your own very McDonald's merch bag. So how do you enter to win? That QR code, as I was saying earlier, take your phone, hold your camera up to the phone. It's going to send you a link. It's going to send you somewhere. You fill out the blanks, enter to win, start to finish. You can also text Hacer More to that number on the screen, 866-213-5881. 866-213-5881. We want you to win. Somebody is going to win everything I said at the end of this workshop. And again, ambassadors, because that's what you are. Ambassadors to our students, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. And on behalf of McDonald's and Coolspeak, let's have some fun. Thank you. Let's enjoy ourselves. Keep hitting that chat. And also, if you could, post on social media using the hashtag I said more. I said more, because that's what all of this is about, doing more for our students. Speaking of someone who I said more, out there in the virtual world, try not to look at this chat. I want you to chill, relax, sip your tea or water, put your feet up, and welcome this creative force, CEO of Coolspeak, inspiration to thousands upon thousands, here to share with you. Y'all give it up for Carlos Ojeda Jr.
Thank you, Natty. Thank you, and welcome everyone. Natty, I am so excited. The chat is on fire. People are talking. We've got people from all over the country. I'm so excited, and I'm humbled by your introduction. But I've got to be honest. I've got to make a confession. I'm not that smart. When I was a kid, I struggled to learn the meaning of words. Right, I just could not know the meaning of words. Like the word no. I never learned what that meant. Cuando me dicen que no, yo digo que sí. When they tell me no, I said yes. So you can imagine how difficult that was on my family, on my parents. No toque eso. Don't touch that. What I do? Lo toque. I touched it. Don't go over there. Where'd I go? I was over there. Don't put that in your mouth. Where did it go? In la boca. In the mouth. Don't go in the streets. Where do you think I was? Yeah, you know it. I was in the streets. Mírame. Look at that. I ran those streets. You like those black socks with the chucks, right? That's old school right there. I was a knucklehead. I got in trouble all the time. All the time. It got to the point, by the time I was in 10th grade, I was getting in trouble all the time. I had in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, detention, cualquier inch my school had, I was there. I got in trouble all the time. And there were teachers that were looking out for me, trying to help me. But instead of listening to the great, I listened to the hate. That's what happens to our students a lot of times. We got to make sure that our voices is louder than the hate. But I didn't listen to great. I listened to hate, like my 10th grade geometry teacher, who called me the greatest piece of garbage she'd ever seen in his life. I had another teacher tell me that I would never amount to anything. I had a teacher tell me that I would either die or drop out, but I would never hold the diploma in this hand. And I believed them. Because when someone tells you a lie enough times, you start to believe it's true. And teachers, educators, counselors, those caring adults, your words carry weight. Your words can inspire children to rise to their fullest potential, to reach for the stars, or it can crush them, make them crumble underneath the weight of your words. Those words crushed me. I believed that I was garbage. I treated people like garbage. By the time I was in 10th, 12th grade, I wasn't going anywhere. Until one day, this beautiful girl walked by, and she went into the guidance office, and I had a huge crush on her. So you know what? I went looking for some guidance, and I walked in, and there was this crazy Puerto Rican lady standing by the door, but I didn't care about her because I wanted this girl's number. And I got the number, and as I was about to walk out, this lady just jumped right in front of me and said, "You're going to go to college." And I very respectfully, very politely responded to her, "Ta loca, you're crazy." And she must have been crazy. Who would ever think that I could go to college? Who would ever think that I was college material? Who ever thought that I would ever be able to pull that off? She must not have talked to the other teachers. I was trash, basura. I was something that you threw away. But this lady was crazy. She wouldn't let me go. Everywhere I went, she was there. She chased me down. She called my mom at home, started talking to her in Spanish, talked to my father at work, talked to him in English, talked about college, invited them to do college fair. This lady was crazy. She was stalking me. I was like, man, I got to call the cop. What's the number for 911? But you know what? She was beautiful. I had a crush on her. Not because she was beautiful, because she was beautiful on the inside. She spoke to me like no other educator had ever spoken to me. She said things that I had never heard from a teacher. You're not trash. You're the hopes and dreams of your family. You can go to college. You're amazing. The way you communicate, the way you speak is breathtaking. Those words, they made me feel something I never felt before. Hope. And then she invited me to come visit her school, free day out of school, all I can eat lunch buffet, and I get to be completely alone with her. Darn straight I'm getting on that bus. I made a special mixtape of love songs for the trip. Love songs from the 70s, 80s, and 90s because I wasn't sure how old she was. I wanted to cover all the bases, right? I had to put a little Marvin Gaye, had to stretch it out. We went 4 hours into the middle of nowhere. I saw more trees than I've ever seen before in my life. I saw rabbits. I saw chipmunks. I saw deer. I thought I was in Bambi Part 2, Puerto Rican in the woods. And they took a tour of the campus, and you know what? This place was everything you ever imagine a college campus to be like. Clock tower, ringing at the top of the hour, people walking back and forth, people on blankets reading, kids playing frisbee. And there was something I was feeling. something that felt like a weight was being lifted. I felt hope. And they took us into an auditorium where they were going to start the presentation, and all the smart kids, they sat up front, and me, I sat in the back listening to my music, and the lady walked in, and she came all the way to the back to come and talk to me, and she said, "Hey, do you want to come to school here?" And I go, "Definitely." And she's like, "You need to take the SAT." Now, what I didn't know then, and I know now, and some of you may know this, and some of you may not, is this. I'm deaf. I only have 5% of my hearing. I have to wear 4 hearing aids that are connected to each other and are connected to my phone so that I can hear. Without them, I can't hear anything, which is great when your wife is yelling at you, right? And you're like, "Sorry, baby, I got technical difficulties. You're going to have to come back later." Look, some of y'all on the chat are already like, "Man, that's a damn good idea." Yeah, but it's not covered by insurance, so it's going to be tough. But it's not cool when I'm a kid. And everybody wants to label me a problem, a behavior problem, attitude problem, this problem, every problem they could come up with, except for the one that I had, a hearing problem. I went undiagnosed until I was 23 years old. And when they diagnosed me, they told me I only had 47% of my hearing. That meant that half of my life went unheard, half of my life went unresponded to, half of the "I love you" my mom said to me I never heard. And how did that happen? How does a child go through the system without anyone realizing that he has significant hearing loss? Why is the default? Why is the default to put that child down instead of trying to help rise that student rise up? This is the way it happens. They labeled me. They labeled me shy. Does any part of me even remotely look shy to you? But this is the way it happens. I stopped raising my hands in class because every time I raised my hand, I made the teacher repeat herself over and over and over again. It made me feel stupid. So I stopped raising my hands. I stopped talking to my friends. I stopped talking to my mom and dad. And people were like, "¿Qué le pasa a Chu? What's wrong with Chu?" "Oh, he's just shy." But that lady didn't care. She looked past that. She would not quit. She always, every time I thought this woman couldn't do anything else for me, she found a way to do more. She was always haciendo more. She would not stop. She didn't quit on me. And because she didn't quit on me, I will never quit on you or any of the students you serve. That lady made me fill out the application for the SATs. She helped pay for my SATs. And even though I was told that I was garbage, even though I was told I would never amount to anything, even though I was told that I would either die or drop out, but I would never hold a diploma in this hand, the first time I took the SAT, I scored an 1100 out of 1600. That meant that I wasn't garbage. That meant that I wasn't trash. That meant that I could go to college. That meant that I was the hopes and dreams of my family, just like all children are the hopes and dreams of their families. That lady made me fill out application to every school imaginable. Months later, she came to my house. I pulled out all the letters of acceptance because I got accepted. I got accepted to every single university I applied to. And every time the letter came, I was scared to open it. Every time the letter came, I thought it would be failure, right? Because I would argue with the lady, and I was like, "Look, miss, the first time I got that letter, I said, I don't want to open it." And she's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't need a piece of paper to tell me I'm stupid. I don't need a piece of paper to call me a failure. You're setting me up for hope, and you set me up for failure." And she's like, "If you open up those letters, failure is going to be the last thing anyone says to you." I got accepted to every school I applied to. And she came to my house, and she's like, "Where do you want to go to school?" I said, "I want to go to your school." She's like, "Why?" I said, "Because you believed in me. And because you believe in me, it's my turn to believe in you." And she reached into her briefcase, pulled out a crisp piece of paper, put it on the table. And the moment I read what it said, I started to cry. Congratulations. Full tuition scholarship to her school. And that scholarship changed my life. On graduation night, I was wearing a cap and gown. When they called my name, Carlos Ojeda Jr., I walked up on that stage like I owned the place. And as I got closer and closer to the podium where they were giving out the diplomas, I started thinking about that teacher. The one that told me that I would either die or drop out, but I would never, ever, ever hold a diploma in this hand. You know what? She was absolutely right. Because I'm left-handed and I grabbed it with this damn hand. And the moment I grabbed that diploma, my family was in the audience going, choo-choo! And I could hear my mother calling me the one thing I can't stand. She even called me just on my wedding day, mi chuchito. And I ran into the crowd trying to find them, but it was so crowded I couldn't find them. And I just kept fighting through the crowd until the crowd finally parted. And I saw something I had never seen before in my life. My father was crying. And he grabbed me. And my mom took a picture of it. She said this was the moment that changed our family forever. He grabbed the back of my head and put our foreheads together so our eyes would meet. He looked me right in the eyes and said, tú eres mi hijo, el hijo de Carlos Ojeda. You could be whatever you want to be, go wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do as long as you choose to. And then he said one word, vete. There was so much more for me to do. But that was the moment. That is the moment that people like you, this moment right here, this man's dream came true because of individuals like you. You've worked all day and you still find time to hop on, to hang out with us. That's how committed you are. You are dream makers. You don't hear it, especially now with the pandemic, with everything that's going on. I can't imagine the level of stress that's going on, but yet you still persist. Yet you do not relent like that crazy Puerto Rican lady. You will not quit on your kids and we will not quit on you. There is still more to do. Vamos a hacer more. We're going to do more together. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. You are dream makers. You impact the lives of so many kids in ways that you could never imagine. Just like that crazy Puerto Rican lady impacted mine. I took that scholarship. I became the first person in my family's history to go to college. I went to Bloomsburg University, got a business management degree, became president of every organization on the campus, editor of the newspaper, director of the radio station, graduated from college. First person in my family's history to graduate from college with honors. Got my master's when I was 23. Became a professor by the time I was 25. Became director of a Latino business resource center, helped start 300 businesses by 26. I started my first business at 25, my second at 27, started a third business at 30. A couple of years ago, I started Cool Speak, the youth engagement company, with my business partner and best friend, Ernesto Mejia. We are now a multi-million-dollar company. We inspire millions of kids all across the country. We get to work with McDonald's and McDonald's Hacer and get to travel the country and inspire kids. And all of this happens because of you, because of people like you. On behalf of McDonald's, on behalf of Cool Speak, on behalf of my family, thank you. Thank you for everything you do and everything you are to the students you serve. You are dream makers. Thank you for Hacer more and never ever stop. And that's why we want to ask you. We want you to post on social media. We want you to use the hashtag Hacer more. We want you to post tools and tips, put stories about your students. Tell your Hacer more story. Join the revolution. Help us inspire and motivate others by using the hashtag Hacer more. All right. So that's why we're here. We're here to give you tools and resources, to give you a little bit of inspiration, but tools and resources to help your students. And we're here to talk about the Hacer National Scholarship. All right. Because that scholarship changed my life. Well, this scholarship could possibly change some student in your life, in your circle, in your orbit. All right. The Hacer National Scholarship is funded by owner-operators, Hispanic owner-operators. And one of the best things about our job is having to travel across the country with this tour is that we've gotten to meet the owner-operators. They are individuals with humble beginnings who have pulled the bootstraps and made themselves a success. And the one thing they want to do now that they've made that success is share that success with their communities. So they give a scholarship, $500,000, $500,000 every year. And McDonald's just added $500,000 and they just got done giving away $1 million this year. So from 30 to 130, and now they're back to give another $500,000 to 30 students. It started October 5th, so your students, the seniors in your life, they are eligible. They need to start filling out the applications now. The deadline is February 3rd, 2021. And you can get all the information and do the online. It's totally virtual. They can fill out the application online at mcdonalds.com/Hacer. And please, As is the case with almost all scholarships, it's important to get them started, but it's important to get them to finish those applications, to complete them. That is one of the biggest issues we see with scholarships all across the country and why money goes unawarded. All right, so we want to make sure they do that. So here's the breakdown. All right, so the breakdown is two $100,000 scholarships, two $50,000, two $25,000, two $20,000, two $10,000, and $25,000 scholarship. They want to spread the money around as much as possible. They've made this very inclusive. Now, one of the questions that we've gotten in the last session, the requirements I'm about to go over are for every amount on this list, right? So you might think, wow, this is a lot of money. This might be a little exclusive, might be difficult to get, but they've wanted to make this scholarship inclusive and accessible. So here are the requirements. You have to be a high school senior, have a 2.8 GPA, younger than 21 years of age. You have to be a U.S. resident, eligible to attend a 2-year or 4-year college, university, or technical school. And it's important that they have that proof because the funds will not be given to the family. It'll be given to the school that the student is planning to attend. So they'll need some proof of that. And they need one parent of Hispanic heritage. That's it. Those are the requirements. It's not mind-blowing, very accessible, very doable for our students, right? Additionally, here are a couple of other resources that I want to share with you. Again, the McDonald's Hacer information you can get at mcdonalds.com/Hacer. Of course, FAFSA. Now it's the time seniors have got to start filling out the FAFSA, first come, first serve. Most of you already know this information. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund is a phenomenal clearinghouse of scholarships for Latino students. They have a lot of tools and resources for students and parents to help them on this journey. Big Future, which is awesome from the College Board. My son, my 16-year-old son, just started utilizing this. He's in 11th grade, and he's already starting to go. It's really great because it allows you to take a survey that starts to break down what your passions are and what career choices your child might want to take, and starts connecting the colleges that best fit those career choices. Phenomenal. CAPEX is awesome, all right, because with one single profile, it'll give you a list of all the universities that will fit your student's profile, as well as scholarships that the student, so not only is it going to help you get the colleges and all the universities, private and public, but it'll also give you scholarship information for your student. You can go to the CoolSpeak website. We have tons of resources that we meet along the way. Some of these are on our website, but we'll also have some other ones. And a couple more scholarships. The Thurgood Marshall College Fund, McDonald's Black and Positively Golden Scholarship for our African American brothers and sisters, and for our Asian Pacific Islander brothers and sisters. There's the McDonald's Appia Scholarship, and there's the URLs for you can check that information out. And then there's Archway to Opportunity, which is if you work at McDonald's, all right, you already have resources at your disposal. Archways to Opportunity helps with everything from getting the GED, ESL, and it'll also have tuition assistance. So these are some resources that'll help you get where you need to be. Now, with all of these resources and this scholarship information, Natty, what do you think? You think these counselors are going to be able to really make an impact on the lives of the students they serve with all the stuff we just gave them?
Chu, without a question, without a doubt. And I'm going to tell you why I know that. First of all, thank you for that inspiring and motivational story. It feels more, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels deeper than that. It's a blessing. I was looking at the chat and Nancy said, I would love to share this with my students. Laura said, your heart is big. Maria said, all it takes is one person. Debbie said, what an inspiration, especially for the students I lead or teach. This is why we say you are the ambassadors. Just look at the chat. Look at all of the things that you are saying. Your stories, even just a few words at a time. Oh, it's just filling me with so much appreciation. You were saying that Chu is an inspiration, and he definitely is without a doubt. But you also are an inspiration. Definitely, definitely. Ruth, Stephen, Crystal, Brian, Nancy, Abel, Mr. Gutierrez, Laura, Gina, Debbie, Eduardo. If I didn't call your name, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. Don't forget that QR code. We want you to win. You deserve some goodness in your life. 50 $25 McDonald's Arch cards are being given away. So you can hit the QR code, text I said more to 866-213-5881. The $25 Arch cards, 25 of those, and 2 grand prize winners of $500 Walmart gift cards. Like, it's tripping me up. And the grand prize winners will get their own McDonald's merch bag. We want you to win. Oh, it's very hard not getting emotional. I thought like this virtual thing, like, I'm not going to feel so much. But I'm looking at this chat and I'm thinking about all the teachers and educators who have impacted my life. And I know in the beginning I was like, oh, like just energy, energy, energy. I still feel that way. And I said, thank you. I can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. Thank you for being here with us. And I want to know, Chu, if you're out there, these educators deserve everything we can give them. Can you Hacer more for them? Do you have any tips that you can share to engage students? How to keep them?
Definitely, Natty. You got cut off there a little bit, but definitely, Natty, because you know what? It's hard. As a parent, I'm telling you, I've got 3 kids, a high school 16-year-old. I've got a 6th grader, 11-year-old, and I've got a 7-year-old first grader. And I'm going to tell you, as I'm going through first grade with her again, it is a whole lot harder the second time around. It's been difficult. So I know how hard it is to be a parent in this situation, and as an educator, I can't imagine how difficult it is, right? It's really hard to balance everything, this new technology. How do you get students to stay engaged and involved through this process, especially when we're trying to get them to college and get them over the hump during a pandemic? I've got a couple really quick tips, all right? So the first one is you got to connect with them. You got to find a way to stay connected with them. You can use your school systems. You've got Remind, Schoology, or Power Schools, and that's great. But sometimes the kids might just be numb to that because they get bombarded with it. In fact, we actually missed some college visitations at the school virtually because they just got bombarded inside Schoology, and we missed them. Not just my son, but I missed them too. So you might want to find some other ways to connect with them. Texting. Using systems like Easy Text or GroupMe. And what's really cool about GroupMe is you can group the students according to maybe schools or schools that they're interested in, or majors that they're interested, or groups and organizations that they're interested. That way you can send different groups information that is relevant to them and keep them in the loop. You might want to use video and YouTube. You make some YouTube videos out there. Use TikTok. One of our dear friends, Dalton, who works for Gear Up Topeka, started doing TikTok videos about information like FAFSA and how to fill out application. And he put funny music and he was being goofy and he thought it was nothing. He went viral. He's got almost 10,000 followers now. And not only is he impacting the lives of his students that he serves, but now all these other students are literally watching his videos about going to college. So, get outside your comfort zone, use TikTok or YouTube, and really connect with the students. You also got to talk to them, all right? Things are really difficult, all right? Almost everything we do with students, it always comes back to them wanting to talk to someone about what's going on. We were really great about creating safe spaces for them to learn, but we missed the spot about creating safe spaces, brave spaces for them to talk, for them to heal. All right. They need time to talk about it. They need time to vent. All right. Maybe you open up class before. Maybe you do it after class, maybe 15 minutes before and after. Maybe you do a TikTok tournament on the white screen in the Zoom. I don't care. Put some music on. Let them sit and talk. It is necessary. My middle school student have a group of boys that meet after school in a Zoom room just to talk. And my son has even asked to talk to a counselor because he said, this is really hard. All right. So all of our students are going through it. So we got to give them time. So you might want to create rooms for students, right? After school for them to meet up. You could do it with parents, and you definitely should probably do it with teachers. Parents, definitely, because we've got tons of things to share. We want to vent, but there might be ideas that we can share on how to get through this together, and the same thing for teachers. So we got to talk with them. All right. Next one, you got to work with them. Things have changed and they're very difficult. So you've got to learn to be flexible. You've got to work with them. And I'm not saying you give kids a path, but you got to find, in this crazy time that we're in, find ways to work with them. So that means you got to change up the tools. What do I mean by that? You can use something like Nearpod, right? A lot of teachers are using Nearpod, but Nearpod is really awesome because if you're not using it this way, you could. It has a really cool writing prompt, so you can help students write their scholarship essay by creating these prompts and allowing them to do it on their own schedule, where they fill out and you can provide feedback to them and allow them and walk them step by step to get that essay done. Additionally, Nearpod has a really cool library that has stuff like how to fill out the FAFSA, how to fill out a scholarship essay. And here's the thing, Nearpod's absolutely free. And it's a really cool system that you can use, right? So it's used to teach, but it also could be used to help students with their scholarship process. Video Ask is another one where I love, because all you have to do is it allows you to record questions for students and allows them to respond via audio, video, or text. Now, how you can use this is that you can literally create a video ask going step by step on how to fill out the FAFSA in English, in Spanish, in whatever language you can. And it allows them to take the steps and do it. And if they have a question, they can hit the button, record a question right back to you about a specific step, and they can do it on their own pace, and you can help them through that process. It is an awesome tool that you can utilize to help them during their time. Also, I'm going to apologize for the unsolicited plug, but come to our McDonald's family event. We are having one November 21st. It is a Saturday. We're going to have everything. We're going to have sessions on scholarship writing for students and parents together. We're going to have sessions on how families can help each other get through this process and be successful, and how they can go on this educational journey together. That will also be free on a Saturday. We are actually going to give you all of the schedules for all of the events that are left, all the student event and the Saturday event for family at the end of this session, all right? But with these tools, you should be able to impact lives, right? What do you think, Natty? You think this was good stuff for them?
Without a question, without a doubt, definitely some good stuff. You can see it in the chat. Thank you again por hacer more, Chu. Oh, I took a picture and I sent it to my brother, the tips and the scholarship information. So thank you again, and again. Ew, inspiration. Words are my thing. And I wrote something. I'm a poet, I'm a writer. I live here in Houston, Texas. And Ernesto Mejia, who will be doing, the parent workshop later in Spanish, asked me if I could I hacer more? And this is what I came up with, if I may. Imagino lo que podríamos hacer. Imagine what we could do. Imagine reaching higher than ever before. Imagine being the change of generations. Imagine pursuing higher education. Imagine making the world a better place. There are so many of us born on this land and beyond, wondering who we could be if just given an opportunity. We are a proud people, a wonderfully made tapestry. We are the American dream. We come from hard-working hands, sueños and hope seeds carried in our hearts. We rise and represent so many countries, life experiences, cuentos y canciones, backgrounds, new stories to climb. We create, we weave, we were made for this new wave of change. $1, $2, $3 menu. We are the yellow smile of sunshine, de todos colores, banderas, sin fronteras, en las mañanitas, the dawn of an open door. Somos un tejido de amor, me and you, they and them. We stand on the shoulders of giants. We are the soundtracks of dreamers, of our ancestors of the future. We are making our own way, our own story, one golden arch at a time. We are here, now and alive. Hacer, thank you. 1985, Hispanic American commitment to educational resources. A ver lo que imagínate. Imagino lo que podríamos hacer juntos pa'lante, nunca detrás. The time is now. The time now, educators, is to hacer more. We want to challenge you to think about that. How are you going to hacer more? One way that I know for sure that you're going to say more, because I can see it in the chat, share this. Share this with parents, students, other educators. Everybody needs to be involved in the Hacer tour. It's too good not to be. I want to thank McDonald's, the educators, the McDonald's owners and operators, everybody who worked behind the scenes, our fabulous sign language interpreter right there, Jessica Montoya. And we said in the chat, join us for a brief Q&A where we can talk, answer some questions. And now for the big moment. I want you to sit down, chill, relax, make some noise. Steven, I caught that. Drum roll. Let's see. Check your phones right now for the $25 arts cards. You'll see if you have won. I hope you did. Check your phone, check your text messages. And for the first grand prize winner of the $500 Walmart card is Crystal Carriel of Los Angeles, California. Woohoo! Congratulations, Crystal. Y'all put it in the chat. Crystal, are you there? What you gonna buy? How many school supplies? And for the second, oh, Crystal, you get that merch bag too, and the 500. The second one, second grand prize is Even Maldonado of Idaho Falls, Idaho. Is that Even? I think that's Steven, the one I just said. Congratulations, Steven. Steven, Even? Even Steven? Steven, you know you won. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And thank you again on behalf of McDonald's, Cool Speak. Thank you for being here. Hang out with us in the chat. Chu, where are you?
Cash money out there today. All that money going out, that's awesome. Hey, and please use the hashtag and share tools and resources that you may have, because we're not the only experts. You are all doing this work day in and day out. You're putting some amazing stuff in the chat, and you've got ideas. Use the hashtag, because other students are going to see if you've got stories. If you want to highlight a student who's doing amazing work, use the hashtag. All right, use the hashtag I said more and be part of our motivation and be part of our movement. All right. We got tons of questions.
I gotta say this. They are tripping. Like Steven was saying, this is awesome. I'm shaking, holy cow. But you see, if you don't apply, you can't win. You can't win. Share that with your students. Get them to apply. Everybody's like, yeah, I love this. Okay, sorry. What's our first question?
But you know what? This is so good, Natty. So good. How do we encourage our students to apply? Natty, the last time you said something dope about this. What was it? It was about 100%. You're going to get a. You remember?
Oh. What I say? Like, no.
No. What you tell students is, if they don't apply, they're definitely never getting a scholarship. It's just an automatic, right? But if they apply and they try, there's so much money that goes unawarded year in, year out. There are major organizations that spend money on conferences, bringing educators from across the country together just to figure out how to give the money away, which is mind-blowing. So you got to encourage our students. They got to apply. You got to think about the impact it's going to have on your family. I often tell students that, yes, I was the first one to go to college, but thank God I am not the last. My niece is about to get her PhD. My nephew's about to get his master's. My kids automatically know they're going to college. They're like, it's in their mind. So you want to let them do that, because they got to apply. And on average, you're going to want to apply maybe 72, 75 scholarships just to get one. You go as much as you want, but you got to really go out there and fill out as many applications as possible. Use some of the resources we give to give you a full listing of the scholarships to apply for.
Yeah, definitely. What's the best way to remind our students of the deadline? For me, is keep telling them, keep reminding them, keep sharing, make some funny little videos, send them links, keep reminding them. That's for me.
Yeah, just keep texting, texting, texting. Texting is big. Like I don't know how many texts I've gotten to vote. I'm getting so many. I don't even know how these people got my freaking phone, and I'm not even mad at them. It's like, did you vote? Yeah, I voted. The same thing. There are a lot of platforms that allow you to keep sending a message. It's got to be persistent and it's got to be consistent. You can't be on it and then just go ghost them and
Right.
go
That's what
blank.
it
You
was.
have to be
Mhm.
consistent, reminding them on a consistent uh, and sustained basis. Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, so doing it again. Yes, miss. Yes, mister. But they're going to thank you for it at the end, right? But those videos are everything. Kids are, videos are king, right? They're king and queen right now. Kids are using video. They're on Instagram. They're on TikTok. All right. They're not on Facebook because Facebook is not all videos. They still got words there. That's because our us old people are on Facebook. But the kids,
Right.
they've moved on. Video components are critical. So doing these videos and resending them, there's a greater likelihood that the students are going to click and watch those videos.
Best way also, one of the best ways is invite them to the student workshops. Invite
Yes.
them to the student workshops, the hacertour.com, and then let them see for themselves, because then they're going to tell all of their friends.
Yeah. And getting kids behind that, it's awesome. And parents. Gotta tell the parents. That's what you tell them, the parents, to come to our parent session. Look, when someone wanted me to do something, all they had to do was tell my mom, and my mom will whip out the chancla, and it will get done. You know, it would get done. And I think the powerful chancla is coming out, made out right there. The chancla is everything. All right.
Heat was ready.
Question. All right. What's the next question?
I'm checking this chat out. See,
Yeah.
they had such a great time. I had a great
Yeah.
time.
I do too. And everybody needs a little pump. Get pumped
Yep.
up because it's rough. It is rough. You know this as an educator and also as someone who has a child in school. And we talk about this all the time. We thank you for what you do. We truly appreciate and understand everything you do because it's truly amazing. But not even a pandemic is stopping you from educating these kids and helping them. And that we will always be thankful. The chancla is very powerful. Yes. Coming from
Right.
Southeast Idaho, it is understood. Chancla is everything. Well,
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but this has been great. This has been amazing. And there's going to be more. There's a parent workshop, 2 parent workshops, English and Spanish tonight, but aren't there some other dates? Educators, just from me, again, thank you. What's next?
we're going to have, right as soon as we end this, we're going to have a full listing of everything that's going. We have a parent session tonight. The first one's in Spanish. That will be probably an hour from now. And then we're going to have an English session. And then we're going to have 2 more parent sessions. And then we have 3 student sessions starting next week. And to cap it all off in November 21st on a Saturday, we're going to have a family event. Now, get your cameras ready. Get ready to screen capture, because when we end this stream, we're going to put up the entire schedule for all of McDonald's events. We have tens of thousands of students signed up for the program, and we want more. See, there's no cap. Everybody can come. We're having a party. We're having a college education party and a said more party, and we want you to bring your students and participate because it's going to be legit. We're going to have celebrity guests. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have music. We even got principals straight up acting a fool. So we look forward for you to participate. Stay tuned. Right after this, we're going to put up the schedule. But on behalf of McDonald's, on behalf of CoolSpeak, on behalf of all the students you serve, thank you for everything you do. On behalf of Natty and me and our homegirl Jess, who is rocking the sign language like only she can, we thank you. We thank you for everything you do. Thank you for Hacer More, and keep doing it. You are making dreams come true. One love. Thank you.
Word, word, word.